What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to FudgeMuppet. My name is Michael, and today I'll be showing you our latest Skyrim build, the Treasure Hunter. This is a build we've actually had in mind for a long time. We've been getting quite a few messages from people asking for a build that uses a tool-based weapon like a woodcutter's axe or a pickaxe, so here you go. You can potentially play any race you like for this build, but we thought being an Imperial would be best. This is because of the Imperial luck ability, which means you'll always find more gold in chests, which is obviously awesome for a treasure hunter build. This build is also sort of a pacifist, and the voice of the Emperor power, which you will also have by being an Imperial, will allow you to calm enemies down when you're in trouble. These will be especially useful at the start of the game. The treasure hunter originates from Cyrodiil and has lived much of his life there. He has a home here too. He grew up with his father, who owned a museum in the Imperial City, and it was here he was brought up. He would help move rarities within the shop and also help explain to viewers what they were seeing. His father taught him everything there was to know about treasure, and his father was also a treasure hunter. It was much more profitable to find treasure on your own than to buy it off others to put on display. The treasure hunter build character was inspired by his father and aimed to be just like him. He wanted to spend his life looking for rare antiques and unique items. He would be good at doing this. He had an eye for what was valuable and what was just junk. Eventually, he decided to travel away from the museum in search of more unique items to bring back. His father had grown too old for such crazy adventures. He traveled all around Tamriel doing mining excavations and dungeon diving to find things. He went through Aelid ruins in Cyrodiil, Dwemer ruins in Hammerfell, and eventually decided to go to Skyrim to look through old Nordic tombs. It was then he was caught on the border and taken to Helgen to be executed. After escaping and discovering he is Dragonborn, he will stay in Skyrim to fulfill this destiny. He will also try to collect all of Skyrim's hidden treasures to keep for himself, and also to one day take back to his father. You can roleplay that they keep in touch by writing letters. The treasure hunter also has an injured knee from a dwarven spear that shot him in Hammerfell, so he cannot sneak very well. Looking at the skills, we have smithing, one-handed alteration, and lockpicking. Lockpicking will be for opening doors and chests to get items of value and more gold, and one-handed will be to fight off people with your pickaxe. Smithing is being used so the treasure hunter can create awesome gear out of the precious things he finds, and of course to make the best pickaxe to dig through areas looking for it. Remember though that the treasure hunter wants to keep all the unique stuff for himself, and to keep on adventuring and collecting this stuff, he uses smithing to make profits out of valuable but more common gear, like crafting and selling ebony weapons for example. Alteration really gives the character some extra flavor, and you'll want to use all the utility spells. Spells like Detect Life and Detect Undead are awesome for checking if there are any enemies in areas like tombs before you delve into them. Water breathing allows you to dive deep underwater to look for treasure without having to surface, and light spells will let you illuminate dark areas to see better. Flash spells will of course be used to keep you alive, and paralysis to stop powerful enemies before they kill you. Telekinesis can be used to bring items to you that are out of reach, and transmute will let you turn iron into gold with a snap or two of your fingers. Your gear or setup is an ancient Nordic pickaxe in your right hand and any alteration spell in your left hand. You can also dual wield pickaxes if you like. Your armor is a set of Nordic carved armor with no helmet, and it's optional if you want to wear the Ethereum crown from the Lost to the Ages quest. We think it goes well with role-playing a treasure hunter. Don't forget too with smithing to make your armor and weapons stronger, and also to make any gear you sell better if it's worth the time. While you have your pickaxe to fight, you're going to definitely want a companion. Smithing will be used by the treasure hunter to make weapons and armor for this companion, who is basically like a bodyguard. While you go into dangerous places looking for loot, your companion will be fighting off most of the enemies. This is why I say that the treasure hunter is sort of a pacifist build. He doesn't do all the fighting himself, and tries to avoid it. Just to make the playstyle extra clear, you're going to be playing this game going into ruins and often dangerous places to find rare artifacts, treasure and loot. You'll want to order your companion, who you will want to make very strong, to kill any enemies you spot from a distance. If fighting is unavoidable, you will want to use spells like Paralyze to make the battle less overwhelming, and again let your companion take the brunt of the damage for you. You will provide assistance damage with your pickaxe or two pickaxes from the side or behind the enemy if possible. Remember to get as much money as you can, but don't sell super unique items. Some of the coolest unique items you can get are Daedric artifacts, so you can work with the Daedra if you want for their rewards. In terms of a stat spread, we're going with 70% health and 30% magicka. Health is of course to stay alive, as you will often be swarmed by enemies in caves even if you weren't planning on it, and Magicka is to use all your utility spells. The reason we don't have more Magicka is because you will have perks to reduce their casting costs, and also because you're not constantly using them. You'll use utility spells in specific circumstances, the flush spells in combat, and things like paralyze when need be. For a standing stone, believe it or not, we're actually not going to go with the Lord Stone. The treasure hunter is going to be using the Steed Stone for a bonus of 100 extra carrying capacity for any treasure and loot you find, and this stone will also give the build no movement penalty in his armor. This is helpful if you do need to run away in a tight situation. Remember, this build hasn't invested in any heavy armor perks either. Also, if you do decide to wear the Ethereum crown, you can use 2 standing stones, meaning you can have the Lord Stone as well. Of course, playing the build, you can do whatever you like. We'll leave a perk link in the description, so be sure to check it out. That's all for now, everyone, but I do want to say as well that we've actually been able to negotiate getting our gaming mousepads for cheaper. So all you have to do is type in the word Skyrim at the checkout, and the link is in the description. Thanks for watching, hit the subscribe button for more Skyrim content, social media links are in the description, and I'll see you soon ready to nerd out with some more Elder Scrolls.